back to the WTB, the What You Talking About podcast, and I'm your host, Mike McKenna. I'm here with the three Halls, and I ain't talking about cough drops. I'm here with super duper producer Jalen Hall. Gregory Hall is back, and also Gary Hall. And today we're going to dive into, once again, it's been a while, and we're going to dive into a nice story that Jay has had just waiting and cooking up for us. So what is it?
Right. So I finally went out on another date.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Congrats. You know,
Congrats.
Right.
That boy making
Young man
moves.
out here experiencing the world, right?
Right.
Now,
Get through that.
what went wrong on this one, right?
We know. Go ahead.
First of all, the date was with this white girl. And
Obvious.
yeah.
Where y'all go to?
We were going to the Nashville Nightmare, right?
What's that?
That is a haunted house.
Oh, okay.
In Nashville. It's pretty cool, but the issue is that I've already been there once.
With somebody else.
Yeah. And so I was
Double up on that.
anticipating
Yeah.
for it to be a little different because it was 5 years ago, but no. It was bar for bar the exact same haunted house experience, right? So that wasn't good.
Yeah.
Right? But starting off, I was looking for a parking spot. We were supposed to be there at 7 o'clock. You know, couldn't find a parking spot. It was jam-packed. So I had to drive off to another little parking lot and park there. Okay. Right? In the meantime, it was raining. And she was waiting for me at the front. Right?
Oh, you dropped her off?
No.
In front of the
No,
place?
let's go ahead and let him
She
keep going.
she came in her own car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We
My
both
bad.
linked up, right?
Okay.
Now,
Dutch.
did I make a mistake there?
By not picking her up or having her meet you?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No,
By having her
no.
meet you, no, not necessarily. I mean, well, where does she live compared to where you live to pick her
11
up?
minutes away.
So how many?
Hey,
11 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, that
We'll
might
meet each other down there.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
That's
We're
all.
pulling out, waving at each other.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Okay, I'm gonna have to dock a little bit here, but keep going.
We're waving at each other.
Okay.
On the way
So
out.
it was raining, like I said. And of course, she was standing out there in the rain. And here's where it got real effed up. I get up there, say, "What's up?" The ticket lady, a black woman, no less,
Okay.
came to me and said, "Oh, you too good or something like that? You just gonna make her sit out here in the rain and wait for you?" And I was like, "Lady, I don't even know you." Like, you attacking me off rip. I didn't say that.
Yeah.
But you're attacking me off rip.
Yeah.
I'm just here with this girl right now meeting her.
Yeah.
And you're already coming at me. Like,
She's interjecting herself like it's a movie.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm like, yeah.
You dead wrong.
Yeah, I'm dead wrong. I was like, yeah, I thought she could probably just wait in her car or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
That explain what she did, you know.
what she did
Yeah.
was just kind of hate on me a little bit. I feel
I'm
like,
talking
right?
about what the girl.
Oh yeah, with
Yeah.
the girl, she stood out there while I was getting a parking space, right?
Yeah.
Told her I was busy looking for a parking space, but she stood out in the rain,
Yeah.
getting rained on.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm like. She
On
ain't
her
had,
own
like, yeah, like,
choice.
cause she
Yeah,
had
like,
stood in
chose to do
the
that.
doorway or something.
Yeah,
like,
I
let
mean,
me
but-
hang in here to.
Right.
But I'm responsible for
But
her
I'm gonna just stand out
choice.
in
You
a
know.
monsoon,
Right.
waiting on somebody.
Yeah.
Right.
He got issues, but roll.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Am I tripping on that?
So
Yeah,
I told
yeah,
Jay
yeah.
he should have just apologized to everybody because I don't know why would you just stand outside in this rain.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm not gonna try to figure this out right now.
Right.
You know,
I'd have pulled off. I'd have
Because
kept
I'm
rolling.
thinking, you know, if you want to be in this rain or not, you know that.
Yeah.
I could wait in this car.
Right.
You know,
inside.
wherever. Yeah.
Or just.
I'm
but
not gonna be in the rain.
Anywhere but in the rain.
Yeah,
Anywhere
I
but
see
in
you
the
meet
rain.
me somewhere, but it's not gonna be in the back of the car while it's pouring down.
Right.
And
Right.
then the black woman
yeah.
go ahead.
So not only that, I show her the tickets, right? And whenever I go to show her the tickets, she's like, "Oh, and of course you would get the regular tickets too." I was like, "Bitch, really?
So you didn't even upgrade the situation.
Nah, I got the regular tickets." She was
Okay,
like,
what's a upgraded haunted house ticket?
you
Shoot
get a
me on
fast
that.
pass ticket.
What that
Basically,
mean?
you get to go in there like a third of the time faster. So you go in a smaller line. right? They got 3 levels of lines. They got the regular general admission line, which is everybody on Earth, right?
Regular theme park ticket.
Yeah. Then you got the fast pass line thing that gets you in there faster. And then you got the ultimate pass, which gets you in there faster, but also you get to go to a bar and you get a little discount on merchandise and shit like that. The stuff that doesn't matter. They're just trying to get you to spend more money.
Yeah.
Right?
Basically.
Quicker.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. They trying to get in your pocket real fast. Yeah.
Right.
Which level are you?
Right.
Oh, you regular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're on the level of a ticket I buy. Like,
Regular,
lady, you're really
regular.
not doing me any favors right now.
Yeah.
Doing me
regular.
0
She
favors.
throwing
Making
salt
me,
in your game.
Yeah.
making me look like I'm whack in front of this girl. Right?
I told
But
you
it's
that.
whatever.
Just apologize.
Okay, sorry to cut you off because I know we have a lot
I'm
already.
sorry.
But so the girl was with you while she was saying all this?
Yes.
Oh, okay. See that when you
Right in
tell
front
me the
of
other
me.
day. Okay, I didn't. Okay, never
Yeah,
mind.
she was right there with me.
Soaking wet.
She's
Yeah.
From standing out in the
Yeah.
I'm
rain.
just
I
out here
know.
with the regular old dude buying regular stuff.
Right.
She's
Doing regular things.
That was straight hate.
yeah.
You
She's really blocking here.
Right.
No, she would probably
You's
like, I can't
regular.
believe another one of my
Oh,
brothers
yeah, yeah. I was thinking, I did think that for a second. Yeah, like another.
with
she
this
looked at
white
me-
girl now.
Yeah.
And I'm
Come
gonna
on,
mess
lady.
all this up for him.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
Yeah, you ain't gonna get no love.
I don't think so.
But let's let him tell the story.
please.
Okay. So we get in, we're waiting in the line, and as we're waiting in the line, we start talking about random stuff and all that. We get on the topic of racial issues for whatever reason. Not a
Okay.
good spot to take it, but we did.
Okay. Black and white. Go ahead.
Right. And so I brought up the thing that we discussed about segregation and like gentrifying black neighborhoods and all that stuff in ghettos to, see how that would impact black people and would it be good or not, right?
Yeah.
And then she started pulling like the white woman, this is why you're oppressed and I know better about this than you do to make your own decision for yourself because I am a white savior. I am Jesus Christ. Pretty much that type of shit,
She
right?
came from the oppressors, what she's saying. So
Right.
she should know.
I know what we're doing.
Right.
And I can fix the problem.
She was trying to pull her little high horse on that, and I was telling her like, you don't understand. That's not gonna that's not gonna be how this plays out. Like what you're saying, although I agree with it in heart, I want the best for everybody, but you're telling me that this is gonna happen like this, and I'm telling you, I've been in this, not in the situation, but I've been
from the
around
streets.
adjacent to the
Yeah.
situation.
They done claim the streets.
Adjacent to the situation.
Hey, Jay,
And I'm
I
saying-
ain't in the streets,
Straight
man.
out Compton.
Yeah, nah.
When I was in,
But it
when
ain't
I was
going
sitting
down
in these
like that.
bricks, I heard
anyway,
everything.
Aside from that, now we're getting into the actual haunted house, right? So once we get into the actual haunted house, I was expecting it would be a little different. Nope, bar for bar, the same experience that I experienced 5 years ago.
That's terrible.
Right? So,
It
but I mean,
worked.
yeah, it works. If it works,
They
don't fix
still
it, right?
come, it works.
I was just thinking maybe they would toss it up a little bit.
Yeah. I
Hey,
ain't gonna
but
lie,
if
like-
it was jam packed, it's all gravy.
Right.
That's why I said that.
was it?
Yeah, you couldn't even find no parking.
Okay, so yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
then,
Doing
you know,
the same thing until it start
but I
getting
still would think
thin.
like you do like most things over time do naturally kind
Put
of
a new
evolve
Frankenstein
a little
or
bit.
something up in
Yeah,
there.
Yeah, you do
Little,
change
like-
something up a little bit.
A new
Just say
Dracula.
rah, say rah.
Right.
Yeah. But hey,
They had the
there
same
you
little
go.
animatronics and the same layout. It was the bus there that shakes and all that stuff. All type of same thing, right?
Just didn't quite scare you no more.
Right. Yeah. So I'm not really getting scared like that. Meanwhile, she's losing her mind.
And that's why I told Jay he wasn't ready.
Right. She's
ready.
freaking out, running off.
This is
doing
when he's
this, that,
supposed to
and
be
the
trying to
third.
save her.
Right.
Okay.
You know, for myself. Yeah.
Right.
I'm trying to save you from the killer out here.
Yeah,
Right.
you know, go ahead, keep going.
Yeah,
know.
trying to get a cop a feel. is
Yeah.
what-
That
Right. Yeah, like,
Dang, well, why would
But-
you take it there?
Right.
No.
so she's running off, and then she's like, I'm scared. And then I'm like, I'm not really scared. But and
Played along with it.
she wanted me to go in the front too. So I'm walking in the front now, just head on, taking it all on, being like, yep, right there. Yeah, I already know what's about to happen.
Yeah.
The pacing of it was a little off.
Jay was still ski.
People in front of us were real slow.
No.
So now we caught up to
No,
their
with
group and all that. And then now they don't have the time to like lay out everything, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, we get through it. And after we get all through all of that, one thing I will say I did notice, I was the only black person there aside from this other couple.
Okay.
I just a sea of white people. I was expecting maybe
Get
a
out.
little bit of like, you know,
Yeah.
Not
Get
even
out.
the Asian.
not even not even other minorities. Like
Oh.
Where is this place at?
it's in the middle of like what's it called?
Goodlettsville?
No. Madison.
Madison. Okay.
Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy.
Nashville. Yeah.
That's pretty
Madison.
Yeah,
Right.
That's kind of crazy. to think that- Yeah, that there's no blacks.
Maybe
That's kinda wild.
maybe I
Out
wasn't
of
looking hard
Madison?
enough,
I mean, you should have noticed something.
but it was a lot
I did,
of
No, yeah, you
I
would've
did
noticed
say,
one.
Jay,
it was two
Or two.
couples. Two
Yeah.
at
couples.
this point
That
in
was it.
time, if you have a moment of insecurity and you're not too sure, just leave at this
Right,
point.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know nobody explanation.
Right.
I'm gone.
Yeah.
If you don't know or whatever, I left. I
yeah,
just
I
felt
get
some type of way at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know, but something made me leave. I left.
Right. I couldn't get any
we
refunds
need
for the
it.
tickets.
Yeah,
so
I'm gone.
I was
He's
like,
gonna
you know,
ride it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride it out.
Especially it's 2023.
Right.
What they gonna do?
I don't
Hang
know.
you up in the tree there? There?
I'm just
Yeah.
saying,
Yeah.
just in case.
Honestly, I ain't gonna lie. Like most of them, I'm gonna really have to ask Jay if he's mixed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Jay's
Right.
still pretty.
I mean, but he close enough if we just want to just decide that I want to do
Honestly,
something.
most people
today.
assume I'm
He
Latino.
close enough.
I mean,
Right.
Yeah, you have a little
Yeah.
Latin.
Yeah.
I'm just, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, we just want to do somebody in today. He good, you
In
know.
a sea of white people, Jay's
It'll
still gonna
work.
come off as close to white.
Right.
Just saying, he is.
Latino.
I mean, he close enough.
Right.
I mean, they're not gonna be like.
If we can't find nobody, we getting the closest one.
I mean, he is half white. I mean,
That's what I'm saying,
let's not
close
forget that.
enough.
I mean,
I would be a good Where's Waldo.
He like,
It would be a good
he
one
in the
of those.
ball
Hey, I'm
game.
gonna tell you too though. I went to a place where I was the only black couple in the whole thing. Only people I seen black there was the servers.
yeah. Oh, that's unfortunate.
No, it was the Guns N' Roses concert.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, I was walking. I was just like you said. It was one of the situations. Wait a second now.
I mean, but did you really have expectations to see a whole bunch of black people?
I expected to see at least more
few.
than me.
Yeah. I
Like
mean,
at least two more.
I
Right.
seen
Yeah.
only people
Like,
there
what
that
was
I
your-
seen.
If you had to put an expectation on it, just
I didn't
in your
have no
mind.
expectation.
I mean, if you just had to, how many of you count in your mind would think would be there?
at least 100.
Okay, 100.
Out of what, like 1,000 person?
No, out of at the Nissan Stadium.
Oh, okay.
At the whole state,
You know what I'm saying? At least 100.
So he's
Yeah.
saying he probably not gonna see nobody there.
no, you'll see him.
Yeah, like it's 100, and
No,
that's like, ain't that 20-something thousand? How many
No, that's
people?
60,000 folks up in there.
And these you could not see nobody.
No,
100,
you'll still see
100
them.
black people, you might not see them
No, as a person who's been
in a crowd of 60.
as a person who's been token a lot, like I'm the only black person.
I
who
mean,
was in
yeah,
it.
you gonna have to be hunting.
No, like you.
No, you don't.
You don't.
100.
No,
No,
it
you don't.
If you got
notice.
160,
I would notice a black
No, you
in a
will
sea
see-
of white.
Yes, you can see him.
I mean, yeah, all the way on the other side of the state, and that I think that's one.
Look, no, you just
He could be in blackface. Nah,
you've had to have been in
Yeah,
these
it was so
situations. just
empty.
a tad
Like-
bit
Well, I
more
know,
often.
haven't you been in an all-white club and seen the black across the dang on club?
You
And,
notice
hey,
them.
hey, dark it, hey, with your
dark-
sunglasses on,
Yeah.
with the lights
Hey.
flashing.
Hey,
Just saying, but
But-
you notice him. But keep going. We
just
just-
checking in.
Right.
Just
To
checking
bring
in.
it back.
No.
So now we leave the spot. We're getting food, right?
Okay.
Where y'all eating at?
We're going to a taco shop down the street.
Taco
right?
shop.
Yeah. So we go get the tacos, right?
Okay, not a bad choice.
Whenever I go to order, I accidentally mispronounce a word.
Which one? Guacamole?
How dare you? But keep
Right.
going.
Yeah. So I get up there to the server and tell her, "Hey, I want the birria tacos." And she said, "Oh, you mean birria? Birria?"
Oh, the burrito.
Yeah. I was like, lady, please. I've already
The
had
red
like,
one
one encounter.
Is that the red one with the juice? Oh, that
and
thing
the
is
cheese.
good.
Yeah.
I'm picking up the menu.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going at it.
So who corrected you?
The server lady.
Oh, you getting Jay getting checked.
I'm like, damn.
Jay getting checked by all the service
Right.
people, ain't he? Like, I mean,
Right. Yeah,
I told him just apologize.
Right.
Just apologize.
But no, keep going.
Apologize.
So anyway, we get the food, right?
Sorry.
Now, whenever I get my food, you've had burrito tacos, right?
Yeah.
So they fry it, and then it's got the cheese, the
Yeah.
meat in the shell, and all
Yeah.
that,
And then the juice.
the juice on the side, right?
Yeah.
Nah, Greg,
They ain't bringing no juice.
no. What they did is they gave me the shells in a tinfoil wrap, no plate, the meat and juice all in one little soup container, and I'm like, how am I supposed to eat this to go?
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
fixing
The
your
meat
damn
and juice, no
self
cheese,
meat.
no onion, no cilantro,
No,
nothing.
that-
They didn't even fry the shells. They just got soft shells and aluminum wrap.
I'd have gave it back to him.
Right, for $13 for this? Yeah.
I'd have gave it back to him.
That
What
was
are you
ever
talking
big.
about, right?
This is poor. Yeah, keep going.
But we get to her car.
Damn.
Yeah.
We get to her car.
Jug of taco.
And of course, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course, I'm like, I'm not gonna eat this in her car because it's gonna make a mess. You know, all the juice and stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
So you gonna go eat it in your car.
Nah.
Nah,
I
you
mean, I
gotta-
did, but so I'm sitting there watching her eat her food, right? And we were still chatting it up in a little, but where I truly messed up at was I asked this one question: what do you think of me?
Dang.
I was like, Jay ain't
And
watching
this
no
was
Courtney
the-
Ryan.
How many
And like
days?
I said, the answer she
This
gave
was
wasn't
fourth
bad.
date.
Yeah,
Fourth date.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. How many days has this been?
4.
Oh, this is a
4
fourth
days
date?
in.
Okay,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, now tell him what they she
No, that's
said.
actually not too bad.
Right.
Okay, but
I shouldn't have asked.
oh, yeah,
But
then probably-
tell him what she said.
So she said,
Oh yeah.
verbatim, "You're all right, I guess."
That is not a bad answer.
You know, the more I think about it, because he told me that, it depends on how she said it.
Yeah, but she could have said you trash.
She could have, but
She
that's-
coulda
that's
really
very
just
rare that
tried.
somebody just gonna straight
Right.
up say that
But
you're
it's
trash
just
and
like
you're in the
it's
same
kind.
vehicle.
I take it as the way he said it. Just looking at the content of it, is that you all right. For what I know right now, I guess. Now that leaving a door open for you to improve yourself or show something different
Yeah.
from what we done so far. But so far, if you can just be all right, that ain't a bad place to be in. You don't
not where you
want to
wanna
be
be.
like, I thought you was a stalker, killer, or something. And I was gonna come up missing, but I'm getting a little comfortable with you now. You know what I'm
But
saying?
see-
you don't want to feel like
There's a
that.
little bit more to this, and I don't want to put her business out
Yeah.
there.
You don't.
But based off the interactions we've had, I should be more than you're all right, I guess.
Well, but
Like I said, okay, I don't know. Maybe Greg might understand me when I'm saying this. There's a difference between saying you're all right, I guess, and there's a
Right.
and then
That's what I'm like.
you're all right, I guess.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? There's a difference in the tone.
Yeah,
if
that-
they jokey about it, then that's kind of like they're flirting with you a little bit about.
Right.
Like, I actually
We
think it's
kinda-
pretty
And
cool.
see, it sound like y'all sound like she had like a half a mouth full of tacos.
Oh.
Yeah.
And
At
plus,
the same time,
yeah,
you all
and
right,
I'm
yeah.
also thinking that
Yeah,
too. Like,
I'm like,
And you ain't even
The timing of it
Hey,
was
that's
bad.
you being-
I'm not eating.
hey, that's him being sensitive.
And
know.
he got
I
a
was
jug
being
of
real
real tacos.
yeah, but
Yeah,
I
that was
was
him.
being
That's Jay
real
being
sensitive.
He
sensitive.
ain't getting
Y'all
to
know
eat.
how I get.
Yeah, that
I
Jay.
get-
Yeah,
But,
she,
okay,
she ain't offered me no taco juice or
But I will
nothing.
say,
And
at
I'm
least-
just all right.
Yeah.
But good that you are able to recognize that.
But in the moment, where
Later.
I've changed that, in the moment, I didn't blow it up at least.
Okay, okay, this is progression. This is
Yeah,
progression.
and
All
then
right, you
mom-
did-
you
I
alright.
didn't blow it
But you
up.
say
leave
you
her at the
didn't throw
liquor store.
yourself out of her car?
Nah. But the next day, and I didn't really blow it up either. Like, you know, how the train wreck I do.
Yeah.
I didn't really blow it up. I just kind of like stopped the train a little bit. You know what I mean? I said, I'm still thinking about that "you're all right, I guess" thing. You said
Man.
Didn't even sleep. He was up all night.
And I'm like, Mike, how did she say it?
She said it in a tone that kind of hurt me a little bit.
Probably like, you're all right, I guess.
Yeah, just kind of dismissive a little bit. But I mean, I still shouldn't have took it so personally.
Yeah, but you asked.
Right.
You like,
I did ask.
And like I told him, if you
so you got to be ready.
Turn around and ask you that same question, what would you have said?
I would have said she was pretty cool.
You all right, I guess.
Yeah, same answer. Yeah, it's same about the same.
But it's not.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say it's not.
Pretty cool.
Different.
You said
No.
pretty. You ain't say you the coolest person I met.
But like I said, it's also
pretty cool.
depends on in tone. It's tone in
Yeah.
the conversation, how you say it.
Yeah,
Like that.
you pretty cool.
You're pretty cool. Or you're pretty cool.
You
You know what I'm saying? There's definitely a difference in how you deliver that message.
But you wasn't gonna
a
say
little
much
bit.
more than she was gonna say.
You're right. I wasn't.
Yeah. But that don't mean she bad.
If she would have said you're pretty cool, would that have been okay, you think?
No, because he was
Hell
like,
no.
depending on how she said it.
Jay
now.
wanted to
It does
hear,
depend on
I
how-
love you.
Yeah.
That's what he wanted to hear.
And I'm leaving.
I love you.
I love you. You're
That's
awesome.
what he
I'm
wanted to hear.
leaving.
You're the best
It's like,
person I've
I
ever
was
met
been
in my
4
life.
days.
I was a
And
train
I
wreck
don't
until I
know
got with
anything
you.
I done over this 4-day period or anything like that.
That's what you was on here.
Yeah. Oh,
Pretty
man.
cool, I guess, fell a little bit short.
But what I said afterwards, I just said you stink, and then she blocked me, right? I
Okay.
didn't blow it up,
Damn.
didn't drop a bomb or anything like that. Didn't say God is good to her. Like that, you know.
Yeah, way to end it on a high note, Jay.
Right.
There you
Was
go.
it okay? Did you say only that you stink?
Yes.
That was it?
I promise. That was it.
Okay.
Just
That-
left a little light, just a little jab.
Yo,
just a little
no,
jab. Wasn't trying to,
I gotta make sure Jay
wasn't
didn't
trying to
know
dig
he's
the
not
knife
hiding
in
all
there.
the rest of it.
Everybody did.
rat poison.
Yeah, no, yo, thing.
Yo, yeah,
The whole time you in the ride, I had to clean it.
your cooter smells
Yeah,
like
Uda.
death and raccoons. You know what I'm saying? Like
Uda in the cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a light little
So I'm
jab.
assuming y'all not going back out no more.
Probably not.
No time soon.
No time soon.
You done blowed that one.
So
Yeah.
based on these stories that Jay has been telling us, I have sensed at least progression in how he's handling these failures or not going so great situations or the rejection, which a lot of guys, especially around your age, do not handle the rejection well. I didn't handle rejection very well at your age. Like, yeah, especially, no, I didn't.
Like, what I do
you
wrong.
don't handle it well. You just kind of hide. I didn't ever really retaliate except for, not really retaliate. I didn't really say anything really mean or derogatory except for one time. And boy, I said some dark things. But still, either way, yeah, most guys don't handle rejection very well. And the fact that you're still willing to put yourself out there and you are getting better at how you react and you are able to at least think about it in perspective, you know, go and have some retrospective thoughts about it and try to improve going forward. Knowing, saying, this is how I acted last time. I don't need to react that way again going forward because that isn't the most mature way to respond. Also, if you want to be a person who tries to give advice or be mature in the things that you do and say, you do have to recognize that your actions do have to follow up with some of these things.
Right.
So limiting your response from, you know, your cooter smells like dead raccoons and dead bodies, but just saying you stink is progression. I would say that is good progression. You didn't cuss at them. You just said you stink. That I will take that as, okay, it's better than saying F you. You know what I'm saying? It's better than that. And so
And
maybe
that's forgivable.
And so the next step
Yeah.
is to say nothing.
Yeah.
It's just over.
Just
You know what
allow
I'm
it
saying?
to be
And so
what it
once
is.
you get to that point,
Right,
then
yeah.
you'll get to a point where
You go on
I
5
was-
dates.
You know, and I was thinking about it.
Hey.
I was thinking about it, but I succumbed to the bitterness a little bit. I was thinking, you know what?
Could
Even
not
though
do
the
it.
things that went how they went, I still had a good time with you, and I appreciate you coming out with me.
Yeah.
is that what you said?
No.
Oh.
That's what you said.
Hey, that sound good.
You winning.
I could have won it.
Yeah,
But
you winning at that
I was-
point
I was
because,
like,
like I
man,
said,
You become truly the
it
bigger
was a
person at
couple
that point,
things
though.
like
Right.
I even told Jay he could have did to kind of make this even better.
Let's leave questions alone.
Yeah, he could have brought an umbrella because, like I said, before you do anything, you check the wealth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And even from
But-
my own standpoint, I ain't trying to get wet, so I'm trying to cover myself.
Jay don't care about most of these things.
So I know.
I'm not really
but I'm just saying the thing you can consider that. You know, that right there. You know,
I was walking the hell. But
literally, I mean, Jay
and then,
walk
like
out
I
there
said,
with
and
no
then
t-shirt and 12-degree weather. So
and like I even told him, I said, I don't care what type of event or thing going on, you can have the doo-doo fest. It's gonna be packed.
Yeah.
And I don't know why.
I should have anticipated that, yeah.
I don't know why, but it's gonna be packed.
Like it seems that
so
way.
if you don't get there early, I don't care what you doing. I don't care where you going. Pretty much, if you don't go early or get there early, it's gonna be packed.
If you're on a date, you do want to arrive at places early. Yeah. If it's just you meeting up with some friends, you know, whatever. But if because you can just kind of walk fast, jet through the parking lot, whatever you need to. Yeah. But if it's you with somebody, you want to arrive accordingly.
Yeah.
Right.
Just to kind of prepare yourself a little better. And also, just in case any shenanigans hit the fan. Somebody forgot something, can't find your tickets, can't get it to upload on your phone, whatever. Yeah. I mean, it gives you some time to wiggle and navigate through that.
And then when you get out, you ready. I was sweating for an hour, but I'm good.
But hey, at least you handle this rejection better than, the fake gurus and relationship people that you see all over YouTube.
Real quick, one more thing I want to mention about it.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be an overbearing man to her. You know what I mean? So, because we still got this, and I still see it. Even though these women are like very woke and liberal and stuff like that, and they got these new ideologies.
Are you talking about when it came to grabbing her and stuff earlier?
Yeah, and relationships and stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, because I was thinking this earlier myself. But go ahead.
I didn't want to just take the lead.
Yeah, that's what that's
I wanted
for.
to allow her the opportunity to decide if she wants me to take the lead or if she wants to take the lead herself. But I still see that it is still traditional in that sense.
Yeah.
No matter the type of woman you're dealing with, they still want you to take the lead.
Yeah.
No matter what. You're right. Right. Yeah. It doesn't matter. Even if they promote themselves to be all boss chick, boss
they don't care about it. Yeah, that's just talk.
But when it's
it work. And outside.
But when it comes to
you the man.
Yeah.
Right.
And he wants you to take
and they scared, so you got to be the man.
It ain't that they scared.
You know what I'm saying? This is just the environment. This is a created environment for basically that.
But also, I mean, Jay threw out the whole that, once you throw out I came from the oppressor type of thing, sometimes you do have to be a little careful, especially nowadays, how you navigate with these people, because I don't know what kind of relationship y'all establish. If y'all hug very often, if y'all any type of touchy-feely, you don't want to be the one who's overly grabby or the one who seems like he's very aggressive to touch the female. Right. Sometimes girls don't mind it, but most of them you do.
But you get a feel of that, and you kind of know that. And
you do kind of get a feel of it. Like,
you in an environment, it's like it's kind of like I said, if we going swimming, on the first day we going swimming.
This reminds me of something
like you're in your bikini right there.
I can't believe I forgot this part.
This
is the last thing, and then we can move on to the next topic. I did forget the clown, one of the clown dudes. You're not supposed to touch in the haunted house thing.
Yeah.
That's one of the little rules, right? They're not supposed to physically touch you, right? Okay. One of the clown guys did give her a hug. And she said that was kind of weird. One of those guys gave me a hug.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she mentioned that to me. And I was like,
oh,
what do I say?
Well,
what do I do? Should I spaz out, lose my marbles? Shit out this clown, man?
But
you don't do that.
Don't do that. Unless she's saying
beat the brakes off her.
He groped me.
Yeah.
Then you dust.
Yeah, because she could have just like put the hand up and stopped him from the hug. She took the hug.
I mean,
she went. And then
you wouldn't.
Did you see
that?
But sometimes you don't expect it, so it's kind of late to like.
I mean, you can put the brakes on it,
But sometimes you also.
You can put the brakes on it,
right.
It's kind of like
But you know what you said.
He gonna assume she took the hug.
Not supposed to. The people is not supposed to touch the clowns and the other stuff.
No. It's vice versa. Vice versa. They're not. Even though they're
either way, basically.
Yeah,
they're not supposed to touch.
They're not supposed to physically touch you.
Yeah.
Now they do have haunted houses where they do that type of stuff.
Sound like he was like
this particular.
So she hot?
Yeah, she is a little. She has some yammeens going on.
Okay,
nah, Jay.
To the weird part of it,
good Lord.
Like, I'm just gonna say, not everybody's always gonna react immediately every time something happens. So like, just because the clown came out and hugged her doesn't mean she's immediately thinking
beat the brakes off of. No,
thinking I'm gonna push this person off. It's just thinking sometimes like you take it and then you will say something afterwards like that was kind of strange. You don't always process immediately like this is how I should react right then and there. Yeah, you can get caught off guard and not know how to react. So like a guy unexpectedly kissing a girl, unexpectedly. It's not like their first instinct always is to push you off. Sometimes they take it and don't really move probably or something like that. And
somebody that don't really
depends on who it is doing it too.
Yeah.
And if it's somebody unexpected, sometimes it can really hit you.
If I went for that, maybe she would have been cool with it, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think the random clown man at the haunted house.
Yeah, and it's like
that's what I'm saying. You could have been protecting her all the time,
but also
at least want to protect.
Okay, but and that I mean, you could.
Is she out here ugly the clown?
But also, I will say it feels kind of high schoolish.
Last thing.
Hey, it is what it is.
And then we'll go directly into the topic. Okay. I'm gonna just say this. Y'all react if you want to. Yeah. I'm glad all the people who were socially awkward have a place to gather.
You talking about what is it, the nightmare?
I'm glad all the people who were weird and quirky and all that back in high school and middle school, they have a place to gather and celebrate themselves.
At the haunted house?
Yes. It was a bunch of weird, quirky,
and I'm trying to think, like, when was this date? It like in October?
No.
This is
Who
recently.
go to a haunted house in December?
Yeah, they got a Christmas.
Late in the year.
They had a Christmas theme. They had like the Grinch and stuff like that and all that.
The horror Grinch.
Okay, I can see that.
Right.
Round.
Yeah, a horror Christmas type
whatever.
of deal.
Right.
So like the movie Thanksgiving.
But man, they had some quirky characters at this place.
I can imagine it's probably like going to one of those Star Wars convention.
Yes. It is like that.
Okay.
People are really committed.
It's like, you got some nanu in you. You know that, right?
Yeah. But see, the thing is like, no, the funny part about going to stuff like that is you're like, I'm a nerd. And until you get
and
there,
so I get around real nerds and I'm like, yo.
Whoa.
They special.
Yeah, they are next level.
They
they are committed.
Yeah, this person knitted their entire costume. I mean, that's it.
I can't get that deep.
Right.
This person has practiced being this individual
for years.
You were waiting on the opportunity.
Yeah, you're special.
Imagine you go to the Star Wars convention and you're really Mace Windu, Greg.
Yeah.
I don't even know who that is.
This is Samuel L. Jackson,
the black guy. You showed up with the robe and the purple lightsaber.
I can do that. Hey,
but you took it dead serious.
And I'll go up in there looking like Samuel Jackson saying, "Mother."
Oh no, but see, you had to.
You got to commit to his character.
Yeah, like because
what was he on it like that?
Serious.
He was serious.
Okay, because you joke a lot. That's like all of a sudden you no longer jokey.
You know what? Just to speak of, I seen a movie last night. It was pretty good.
What?
Changing Lanes.
What was that? Who was
with
that?
Samuel Jackson and what's his name? Ben Affleck.
Okay.
That shit was a trip.
I actually watched the movie and it's like, but I watched Candyland.
Okay, the Candyland Christmas thing movie with Eddie Murphy. Okay, I heard people talk about this.
Is it good?
I heard it was. I heard it was okay.
It's
Heard it
is it a cheesy Christmas movie?
Yeah. I would put some cheese on.
I heard it was cheesy.
I mean, I would go there. Yeah,
they talked about my acting.
It's cheesy and it's Eddie Murphy and it had some good moments here and there, but I'm like, for me not watching the movie, watching that, I felt underwhelmed. Like, that wasn't the way I wanted to get back in the game, you know?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That wasn't the one. But I did want to, since before we drank all this wine up, you want to go ahead and talk about us going over
Oh yeah.
the 1K mark.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So we're at 1.6
We didn't
now.
hit that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a 1.07 now.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Right.
as of yesterday, Random University has finally eclipsed the 1,000 subs mark. We haven't had a podcast since before this has happened, so we are giving a nice toast to this moment. Thanks you guys for being a part of help and support on the way. I really appreciate it. Glad that we
Right.
Hit that.
get there.
Hit that mark.
We did it in a year.
Yes, in 1 year.
Yeah.
And boy, it's a lot of videos. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of videos out there. But hopefully, and now the quality of the content now is improved. So hopefully everybody is enjoying that. And, might talk about and we try to talk about some current trends, which for one of our fans out there, my boy Sean, who has, that man has been on, he's gotten himself in a great shape. But he did ask me for us to bring up this one thing that's been going on, and I don't know if y'all have noticed. In grocery stores, people have been taking products and just eating them. They've been doing it, but like now it's starting to get really outright. And plus, people film themselves doing it now.
Right.
It's like they taking out grapes, they taking out like random apples out of the package, and they just like
eating,
and then they put it back, or they might eat it along the way.
Somebody had like some chips and dip just in the jean section or something like that. Like, but I mean, they used to do this all the time. Back whenever like COVID happened, you remember how they had the ice cream licking
I was about to
thing?
say, now that was stupid. Now that's completely different, and quite frankly, that stuff makes me want to hit people.
Right.
That makes me want to
eat the food.
Yeah, like
don't
like when I saw
with
that. Okay, there's certain things that do get those like visceral reactions out of me. Like I try to stay pretty chill, but that stuff angers me. Like, would you want me to just go through your house and lick all your food, cough all over it, actually rub it between my butt cheeks, and then decide like, I hope they eat it later? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, that just makes me so angry when I think about it. There's no exactly. I don't find the punchline, and I don't find myself laughing at all when I see it, and that's when I feel like either I'm getting too old, or it ain't funny.
That's just being an a-hole to be an a-hole.
Yeah, and I'm just like, that's just
actually what it is.
And they looking around. Looking all stupid.
What it exactly is that hate content does really well in YouTube algorithms and social media algorithms.
Yeah, they do.
So if I can promote any type of content that would trigger you and thus make you want to hate or comment hate or anything like that, I made it.
Exactly that, and it got laughs too. And that's the thing is
they started getting the police start chasing. Some of them started getting in trouble.
Because
because that's a crime.
Yeah, it is.
Not to say eating the food ain't a crime.
Yeah,
but doing that,
I'd rather you eat it than do that and put it back.
Yeah, don't put it back.
If it's coming from the company like that,
I done went through there and ate some chicken.
Hey, I see a frozen.
You know what I'm saying? I done went through the store and ate some chicken.
I see a frozen tongue mark in my ice cream. Right. I mean, come on now. Like, that stuff is just beyond frustrating. And I don't get it. And people will do the most cringiest, terrible stuff for views.
Right, just to get a little bit of traction.
we can blow this platform up real quickly if we just
decided to be D-heads.
Yeah. And dehumanize ourselves for, for a little while and do something completely embarrassing and defamatory to our character and our families. Yeah, but,
embarrass our mama.
Right. If we do something like that, we can make it probably pretty quickly. But yeah, speaking of making it, and actually, and a downfall from high from grace is P. Diddy. Talking about P. Diddy, we hadn't talked about him since all these allegations and crazy things that came out. Pretty much all these people in Hollywood getting exposed for the shenanigans that's taking place, whether it's him, T.D. Jakes, Tyler Perry, or Vin Diesel, or it's just a lot of
the list goes on and on.
Oh my God.
Anybody in Hollywood.
And a lot of these guys getting busted up on stuff. And I think, it's what Greg said earlier. I think it's just the fact that people are telling now.
Yeah, people telling.
They getting brave enough to finally go tell.
No, it's a paycheck at the end of telling.
Well, now. It is. Well, most people aren't fearing being killed anymore.
Right.
They're just like, screw it. I mean, if I'm gonna have to live like this anyway, I might as well talk. I mean, so. Yeah. And I'm going to get this check somehow one way or another. Or most of these people have enough money. Man, I can hire protection. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, I'm going to still say my piece and then I'm going to get this lawsuit out of the way. So, I don't know. It's bad. And I mean, what does it really say though? Because we've been worshiping people like this for years.
Well, I'm just like I said.
Like us. You know what I'm saying? We've been supporting these people, the TD Jakes, the Tyler Perry, the P.
I
Diddy.
never felt
That's you.
TD Jakes.
But I'm talking about as a whole. As a whole.
I know as a whole. I know people as a minority. We support it, but I just never felt.
I mean, you're not alone.
Jakes.
I mean, I never watched these people much either.
I don't get behind all that. I don't feel it.
But y'all know you like Puff.
No,
You ain't like Puff and Big.
I'm
and all
saying
that.
You don't act like you didn't wear
Bad
Sean
boy.
John.
No, I mean,
you wasn't in the
No,
Bad
he
Boy
never
era?
had it in
War,
him.
Sean,
Yeah.
that's what I'm about to say.
John.
I love the clothing line.
It's the
That's
same
Puff.
thing.
I mean, that was on. At the time, we did not have many black.
It ain't.
But that's not the
So it's
question
kinda
that was
you
asked.
feel almost a little
supported Puff.
obligation.
You was a,
No,
you was a
yeah,
fan
you-
of his.
That's-
My support mostly was based on
you was a
trying to
fan.
support
Yeah, but
a
okay.
black
You was a
minority
fan.
trying to do
No,
something.
You was a
Hold
fan.
up. I can
can't let you
understand.
dismiss it.
Yeah.
I can understand though a little bit.
No, that's
'cause
bull.
No, let him explain.
Yeah.
you might not necessarily be familiar
Yeah.
with Puffy or
But
his
he was.
antics or his music. Of course, that one.
Yeah.
But you can still be like, you know what? It's a black
Yeah.
person trying to become
Yeah.
rich and wealthy in America. So
Yeah.
I'm going to buy the clothing.
So
or
you
something
gonna
like that.
support it.
And
Somebody
Rockaway,
might
I was
not-
buying
right.
Rockaway.
Support, but you know.
Sean John.
You was
what's
Oh,
his
yeah,
name?
Jay-Z got stuff
What
out
was
on
the
him,
other
too.
guy that came? Carl Kanai. You know, I mean, it was kind of like at the time it seemed like you're supposed to support your
No,
black
I mean that's what
businesses.
it ain't just then. We talking about that
I'm
stuff
saying
now.
that's my.
So you never
me-
liked Puffy then? You never listened to
it
them?
was
You wasn't a
okay.
fan?
I mean, I wasn't. I mean, yeah, it was
That's all I
okay for
said.
a
You
minute.
was a
I mean,
fan.
but it was. I knew Puffy wasn't really a rapper.
It ain't even about
He
that.
was an
we're not-
entertainer.
Okay.
No.
Now Biggie, yeah, I like Biggie. Yeah, I like Nas. I mean, not Nas, but Mace and all that. You know, some of his artists, but but for the most part, Puffy was just an entertainer. Now it looked like he was just trying to get the money anyway.
Okay. Well, once again, you're moving the goalposts. Point
Yeah.
being about the whole Puff situation is the fact that everybody's known as Puff has been a monster for a long time.
Yeah.
Like that is nothing new. Even back when you were buying the clothes, back when I was listening to the
It
music.
wasn't- it wasn't prevalent then.
It was known then.
Yeah, it was.
It was known then.
Yeah, it was.
It was known then.
I mean,
He was
it-
doing it then. It
Dude,
just
it's-
people
you
wasn't
could
talking
kinda-
about it.
No,
I
he
was
He
saying,
was doing it with Usher.
Dude, yes, the jokes have been out
I'm
there forever.
saying it wasn't prevalent.
No, just because if you weren't, no, you
And
can't
you
say
could
that.
kinda-
you
weren't
just
paying
said
attention.
you wasn't a fan to his, so you
Weren't
probably wasn't really
paying
paying
attention.
attention to
Okay,
him.
maybe it wasn't.
that's-
But what I'm
that's what I'm
saying
saying.
at the
You
time,
can't say it wasn't
even
prevalent
if you
'cause
brought
you
up them
didn't notice
situations,
it.
sometimes you thought, well, maybe it was coming at the person because they had money. So that's kind of why it lasted as long as it did, even with the R. Kelly situation. Some of this stuff don't be given its just due at the time it's being brought up.
But we knew what was going on.
I mean, you hear about it, but you don't necessarily know for a fact.
People
No,
didn't
you
want to
don't know
believe it.
for a fact.
That's what I'm
but
saying.
people knew.
I mean,
that
but
stuff
I don't
was
know.
happening.
That's why it
Are you
came
just
out.
tarnishing their name, or you are really telling me something I need to? I didn't know.
But the thing is, why?
I mean, it could be either way. So, but as that time goes on, as you get, like right now, everything gets exposed. So, and even things back in the day get exposed now.
No,
So
now
whatever's
there's
been
just-
exposed,
no.
it can be out there.
Now there's
so
just
at the
more
time
cameras.
I heard it did, I can't necessarily
So why would
say
you believe
it's-
it now and not then?
because it's more prevalent and more proven now.
You all gotta
It was
take in.
proven and prevalent
Y'all gotta
then.
take in all the elements
It
of
was
what was
proven
going
and
on
prevalent then.
I don't know that to be true.
at the time as well.
So what's true about it now? What's so
you
different
know
about it
more
now?
evidence and more people came
What do you
forward.
know
Right.
more about Puffy now
I
that
know a
you didn't
lot.
know then?
All this evidence was not presented at the time it was presented.
But it was. People just ignored
all
it.
these
They just
same
ignored
people
it.
and all this stuff is out
They
here.
dismissed
They've
it 'cause
been
people-
talking about.
I didn't.
what
I,
he-
well,
he
I
did
didn't know
what-
none of that.
That's what I said. You just said
I'm
you
going
wasn't
by
a
what
fan.
I'm giving this answer based on the evidence I see today.
Once again,
and
we
I
gotta
didn't
remember,
see that.
we haven't
and
done this in a while.
We wasn't even put in the position to even know these type of things.
right.
We haven't
Yeah,
done
at
this in a
all.
while.
So
We
yeah,
gotta remember.
Okay.
He
No,
can't look at
they kept that
perspectives.
type of stuff
No,
on the
they
rap.
have been talking about
Yeah,
this for
they
a
spoke
long
about
time.
it. Yes,
No,
but
this
they
is
kept
not
this
no
type of-
new.
kept up with it probably a little bit more
because they were
That's what I'm saying.
controlling the
Sure.
media.
I ain't.
That's it.
But it's been out
If
there.
you
I've
have
known
money
about
like
this
that,
since
you
I was
can
a kid.
control the media.
Well, if it was out there, then he should have never been allowed to do a lot of things he been doing if it
They
was
joked
real.
about Puffy
And that's
being
the
a
only
monster
reason he
on
was
South Park
allowed to
20
do what he
years
was
ago.
could do because people didn't believe this was true. Now they know it to be true. And that's why he's losing the things he got.
No, it's
He
just-
would have never had
it's
him
just
if it was
become-
already proven
No,
fact
no, it's
that
just-
he was doing this stuff.
You just can't
That's not
hide
true.
from it now. That's it. Because now
That's exactly kind of what I was saying.
it wasn't. But
Okay.
it wasn't. You were just saying 'cause
It wasn't
you-
out there.
No, it was. You said because you didn't see it out there. Like that's the difference.
You
Like,
said you can't hide from
It was out there, but again, media control. You limit, suppress.
but you were like, I
all
just
that
didn't want to
jazz.
believe. I mean,
Yeah,
that's because I
I-
chose not to believe it. I mean,
Right.
I mean,
or
but it's,
didn't listen to it. Like you said, if you really wasn't even
You
a type of a
wouldn't know.
fan,
So first
into
time
that type
you
of
hear
stuff,
something, you
how
already
many
know
times-
it to be
how
true.
How many times did
Well,
you
everybody
know that to be
how
true.
many double XL magazines did you ever buy?
No.
How many Source magazines did you
No.
ever buy? So that's what I'm trying to tell you.
I might have bought some Source.
You never really.
might have
how
bought
many
some
articles?
Source.
That's what I'm saying. You
I just-
you
I
wasn't
knew
into
that-
that. It's
that-
okay not to be into
Yeah, I
it. That's
did-
what I'm trying to tell you. Is if
what?
you wasn't into that type of stuff, you're not gonna know that type of stuff. Just like you was reading Afton Sports magazine, so you could tell me about a high school dude and preach about what he did or what he didn't do because you knew about it, you read about it, you
Yeah.
kept up with it. That's the point I'm trying to say is if you would have kept up with it,
And
if you
I'm
would have kept up
saying,
with it, you
if
would have
it
known
was
about it.
proven
It's like
to
R.
be
Kelly,
true,
it's just it
he
finally.
wouldn't have been allowed to do these things.
No, these people been paying these people
get
off for
money,
years.
or
That's
make
all-
money.
That's the reason
So
why.
why have you
So
been?
they were saying it wasn't true.
Because they've been paying them,
off.
Father.
I mean,
And people have been
you pay
talking about
people off. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
but they've also been. If you read the right magazines, you read the right articles.
I
People
mean,
have been
people
saying
always
this
have
stuff.
And to
allegations
still
on a
flip
lot of
that,
people.
You still got to take in the mentality of the culture at the time.
And then like that's just what
Right.
it is. But people, we have to stop acting like as a community like this stuff.
You
didn't
can't
exist.
act like you what you know today you would have known 20 years
But
ago.
you could have. People have known this about
You
R.
could
Kelly.
have.
People have known about R. Kelly for 30,
I mean,
40
you could
years.
have,
They
but to know it to what level and to know
It's a choice.
to do
It's a
what
choice.
and how to
You
go
either
about
choose
it,
to believe it
and
or
it still
choose not to
existing
believe
to
it.
the,
It's a choice.
today.
No, it's just a
So
choice.
what
whatever you
changed?
need-
What changed to made you think R. Kelly was guilty?
I never said it was innocent or guilty. I never.
No, he still think he's innocent.
Oh
I'm pretty
my
sure.
God.
You
No.
think he's innocent?
Oh my
No.
God.
He's not gonna
So
make us.
when did your idea of what
I
R. Kelly?
mean-
So you think he was doing was right?
I knew he was guilty with Aaliyah.
But
So
she was
but you still supported it.
Greg, I didn't never really take in consideration a lot of these things because I'm not really paying
Then
attention.
why would you think he was guilty or something back then?
when they
Back
started
then,
talking about it? Back then, I really never even thought nothing about it, just like anybody else.
Was your
But she was
opinion?
underage then.
No,
Yeah.
I never
okay.
even thought that.
Okay, but what was your
So
opinion?
why is it different now?
Hold up.
I never even knew Aaliyah's age.
Okay.
That's the whole point.
Okay.
I don't know none of these things. I wasn't paying
that's the point.
no attention to
See,
none
that's
of
the
that.
whole point. I keep telling you, you wasn't paying attention
I
to
don't
none of
know.
that.
I don't
so
know
you
nobody
would
was
know
talking
none of
about
that.
it either.
Okay. What? This is clear cut, concise evidence that R. Kelly was doing some weird stuff.
Yeah.
What was your take on the sex tape?
You know, I think I didn't even watch this.
You didn't have to watch it. You knew it existed. Everybody knew it existed.
But I
never
gotta
watched
watch it to know it to be real.
So you never have. So
No, I
if
know
you
what
don't
you-
see
no,
it, you
I'm
don't
sorry.
have an
No,
opinion.
I will agree
That's
with
fine.
I know,
That's
hold on.
fine.
It doesn't-
If
it's
you
not
don't
real to
see
G unless
it,
he
no.
sees it.
If he
It was
doesn't
not
see it, he
accessible
doesn't have
easily.
an opinion.
Yes.
If he doesn't know it, there's no opinion. So if he
Right.
doesn't know, ain't seen, you can't. He doesn't have an opinion.
That's fine.
That's fine. That's what I'm saying. That's
fine.
okay. It's,
That
that's
is okay.
it's okay.
That's okay.
That is okay. But it's like,
It's okay.
Okay.
I don't know.
But
Okay.
I mean,
It's just-
now that it's,
but he
now
acts
that
like
it's been
stuff
out
doesn't
there,
exist
now that it's
because
been proven in the
he
court
didn't
of
pay
law.
attention to it. So like I heard a person once tell me, "Well, I don't know if the moon's real because I ain't been there."
Right.
Because you ain't been, that ain't real. Space ain't real. Nothing exists outside of Earth because you ain't been able to leave Tennessee or Texas or whatever state you in. Nothing's real. Then what? Hold on. We gotta wait for confirmation for this individual to find out it's real. No matter if somebody else gave a testimony if they've been there. I don't know because I wasn't there.
The difference is I'm saying, actually, I don't know it to be true, but I know it to be true from what I heard.
You didn't say that earlier.
That's what I'm saying. I never finished it. I said
You said you
I
didn't know
it
how
to be
old she
true because
was.
I never
You
saw
said-
her. And after that, I never said anything else.
You said you didn't know
But
how.
people said how young she was then.
Yeah, they said she was
But you
15
didn't-
years old, and it was your boy was doing videos on
I'm
Comedy
not
Central
denying
doing
any of
that.
that. I'm saying I said I hadn't seen it, so
Okay,
I couldn't
do you
just
have to
say
see it?
I know it to be true.
But do you have to see it to be
if
true?
you ask me, did I see the tape? And I'm saying
No,
no,
did
I
nobody
did
ask
not.
you, did you see the tape? He said, what was your opinion
did you ask?
about the tape?
Yeah, what was your opinion?
And then
about
I
the tape?
said I never saw it,
So you can't have an opinion.
so I don't even know.
But it's been proven to be true.
It was,
I don't
so-
even know nothing. I ain't
it was
seen
proven.
it.
That-
Never mind. Just,
Nah.
So my whole point, what I'm saying, I don't know.
No, he has to see the
But-
tape because if somebody told him, if 1,000,000 people who watched the tape,
I'm
through-
not even
from
tripping.
zero-
I'm saying factual.
damn it, like
I
you guys-
haven't
it's
seen
always-
the tape
when nobody's saying you
myself.
tripping.
But like I said, when it all was brought up, I was saying y'all arguing about it, but I said, but from what I know, it is true.
No, you don't,
That-
because you said you didn't know it was true because you didn't see the
that's
tape.
what you specifically said.
That-
I was
that-
asking
no
the
talking in
question.
circles,
You just-
Father.
yeah.
You're just talking in
You-
circles.
Yeah.
it just
Okay.
now.
I'm saying, I'm just saying, I
That
know
line-
that.
that
You're right.
Lambrusco must be kicking in.
Nah, I'm just saying that's the
Yeah.
fact.
It's the
Right.
same-
That's a
it- it
fact.
doesn't
No, you
exist
just
unless
said
you've
you
seen
did. It wasn't true because
You
you
just
didn't
said
see it.
that.
I
Yeah.
said
And then
I
you said
don't
now
know it to be
Well, you
true
said
because
something.
I
It
didn't
doesn't
see
matter.
it.
It doesn't matter.
because even if we
Right.
replay
It's
it
a
for him, he
live
still won't
tape out
comprehend
there.
it
I
that
never
way.
seen it. So if I never seen it, I don't know that. But from what I heard, I do know it to be true.
But he just
But you
asked you
don't
what
know
your
it to be
opinion
true.
was on the tape, and
That's
you
all,
said
yeah.
he just asked you what your opinion was
I
on the
never
tape, and you
seen it.
said I never saw it. But you just said based on what everybody else has said and what was proven out there, then it was true.
Yeah.
And that means
You
if
have an
everybody-
opinion.
Yes, that means if everybody told you it was true, then you would say, well, then that was true because everybody else had already seen it.
Yeah.
But never mind. Moving on.
I'm
Right.
saying, but
No,
I
G,
mean,
whatever. No, stop. You're done. You're making yourself sound ridiculous at the point.
I don't. You
'Cause you
making it
don't-
over
No, it's just-
flamboyant.
You get so offended so easily.
I'm not even.
No, because you're not.
I'm
You're
not even
talking-
raising
you're talking
my
in circles.
voice.
You're
But
talking in
anyway,
circles.
Mike, you might as well just continue, man.
Yeah, I'm not the one all excited.
Because you don't even understand what you're saying. That's what
Okay,
you don't.
well,
you don't
I
get it.
might don't get it.
You have
but
terrible comprehension skills. It's
Okay.
crazy. It's,
I
Is it
try.
rain?
Yes.
It is rain.
Yeah.
You brought your bike.
Oh hell no.
I was like, oh Lord. I was like, please tell me
good
not.
time.
But what else would we have on the docket? Well, we were talking about TD Jakes, and it was also about.
Well,
also,
before we got it all the way off of Puff, I did want to just say this one thing. I think maybe I did say it on the last podcast, but when I knew Puff was guilty, it was whenever she said that Cassie said that they were having parties called freak offs, and in that moment, I knew he was guilty immediately.
it's a freak off.
And he calling it a freak off. A freak off. Who has ever in the world ever called a party where you have sex with other people a freak off?
It's like
It's
a freak
gotta be true.
fest.
It's gotta be
There's
true.
just like there's certain
Sound
things
like
that are so
it-
specific.
right.
Like,
That is such a specific thing to call that.
and other people.
That how could it be made up unless you were given some cartoonish level like story?
And apparently the other people closer to the situation said it was called the same thing.
Right, that too. Everybody's corroborating the same story, so it's got to be true to some degree, and I wouldn't doubt it. But
But like they say, money puts you in a position that regular stuff don't excite you.
right,
Yeah.
So you find yourself doing some stuff that might get you put in prison.
What was that?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
It's sort of like
So my
a
money
lot of
to push
people-
me to this point.
Yeah.
Okay, sort of like this. It's another problem that's going on out there.
Okay.
A lot of people who play games, a lot of people who don't go outside the house, a lot of guys who struggle with women. They have major porn addiction problems. They don't do anything but watch porn all day.
and
just
they
sit
can't
around.
get stimulated by regular porn.
No, so they move on to crazy stuff like
Right.
bestiality and crazy
Yeah.
stuff where they're no longer even the person pleasuring their woman. You know what I'm saying? It's watching other people do it because they
Right.
can't seem to, get themselves to the point where
Film
they need to
crew.
anymore because they've
No.
gotten themselves addicted because these people, it's an issue. The
Right.
whole fact that it's out there
Dang.
and it's being promoted on younger people platforms. a lot more than what people realize too, which is problematic. Which is another reason why like parents have to be way more mindful of what they're, allowing their kids and stuff to access.
Especially these days.
Yeah, I'm not saying that you want to be an helicopter
especially
parent.
in the 2000s. Y'all should have been paying attention to what the hell I was watching.
Yeah. Some of that stuff I used to hear you say, I was like, where you get that from?
Right, yeah.
I ain't even saying that.
Yeah.
I know it wasn't from me. Yeah.
Right.
That wasn't stated here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or in real life, or this life. I don't know.
Early internet was a terrible, terrible place.
The early internet was really bad when it was really unsanctioned.
Shoot,
it was
I
really
remember I was shocked at the stuff that was being seen on early internet. I was hooked on early internet. I was at work tapping. I couldn't even get my work done. And especially because it was Mozilla. That was the
Mozilla,
first,
yeah.
That was the first.
the internet browser.
That was it.
They had no protections, man. You just Google
you had sites like LiveLeak, which was just
terrible,
the worst stuff imaginable.
Yeah.
Back whenever they had like the Taliban going around beheading people.
God.
Right.
Yeah, I used to watch all the
now
people.
they got that on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they still
They
have that
actually
type
show
of
the
content.
suicides and stuff.
They show everything on Twitter. Now, that's why
They
Elon
still-
Musk
yeah.
on
X.
Apparently, Elon saved it by allowing everybody to see all that stuff.
They still have that type of content on that platform. But
I just.
but on the majority of the internet now, it's restricted enough to at least the point where you have to verify your age,
Which is garbage.
and
At
all
least
types
they
of
ask,
stuff.
right?
Oh, they
Yeah.
asked.
Yeah.
Who's going to say,
who 18?
I'm
You-
45.
And
I'm
you
nine.
can now you can lock these sites. Back then you couldn't do that. You can at least, if you're a parent with a child,
you can do something.
block
if they're
these
savvy
sites.
enough with it?
But if the kids are savvy enough, they can.
But
still
see
work their way
now,
around.
like they say, we're gonna be like now. We're all. There'll never be another group of people come up without computers and about that type of stuff. Because
Gonna have break tablets and some.
it ain't.
No.
That's it. We through.
Well, yeah, no, because
Yeah.
well, what happens is people have to develop and have different types of therapy because you need to have literally unplatforming yourself type of therapy, things that teach you to not look at screens all day.
Yeah.
Right.
So people who have cell phone addiction, they just call it screen addiction because you're addicted to looking at screens. You have to find a way to get your brain to process doing other things like
being
don't
a human
involve, being
in a
a
real world.
human.
Not holding this. It's
Right.
like bugs be
You gotta
holding
have your
this.
phone.
Like not looking at your phone
You gotta
whack
have
your meat
it.
all day. Stuff like that. Like you need to go process walking outside. Get a hobby that doesn't involve something with electronics. People literally have to be weaned off of this stuff now. It's
But
bad.
most people even go walking. You gotta have some music or something. Yeah, you just can't just.
But see, and
Walk.
and that's part of the therapy is to learn how to do these things with.
I got to have my my talk radio.
I can tell.
Hey, I'm
And
sorry.
you still need to get you some earbuds.
I got some. I got me some.
Use
I'm
them.
not
I got
getting
some
it.
Ray J, some Raycons.
Man, apparently they're a good brand.
Yeah. I got me some Raycons.
One day,
by
maybe this
Ray
podcast
J.
will be brought to you
Sponsored
by
by
Raycon.
Raycon.
Ray.
Yeah, by
Not
Ray
really.
J.
You got free advertisements for Raycon
But
out
yeah,
there.
I got some, and them suckers do sound good,
Yeah, I heard they're not that expensive.
and
Either.
they not that expensive.
Yeah, so I heard it. Good
So
brand.
and you can keep multiple pair.
Yeah.
And they got an 8-hour charge.
Not bad. 8-hour battery life, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
not that's
they're
really good.
really
Continue
selling
with.
it. Yeah. They're really selling it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
I like it.
8-hour battery.
Okay, well,
He's trying to put it out.
You
there.
heard the
I'm gonna have to
man.
put the
I
big
let
R-
be Ray J.
I'm gonna to put the freaking big R on the screen.
We did it first.
Yeah, Raycon.
We all in.
But even then, people do need. So there's days I drive. I don't listen to anything onto my location. I really don't. I just won't turn on my radio on my phone. I won't listen. Can immediately connect to something. I just
Right.
go.
I can't lie to you. I gotta agree with Greg. I can't imagine a world without being able to listen to my podcast or some music.
I mean, I get that. I mean, so if I didn't have anything to listen to overnight at work, I would lose my mind.
And that's why I done listen to so many podcasts.
What?
So many when y'all get a chance, I'm gonna tell you another one. The Kids of Murfreesboro.
Oh,
Y'all need to listen to that pod. That's a trip.
Yeah.
When you listen to it and you find it's a trip. It's a trip.
Yeah.
It's a trip.
But
Kids of Murfreesboro.
Yeah. Okay. I had to check that out.
Or the youth of Murfreesboro or something like that.
But that was what I'm saying. Like sometimes it's like I'm aware that how much I do process. Like I'm constantly listening to something all the time. I need to turn my brain off. You know, I need to listen.
Not listen to something.
Yeah, and just think. I think a lot. Like my brain's always. I'm constantly talking to myself anyway. So sometimes I literally would drive and forget that I didn't turn anything on. But
now I will drive in silence.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, now that I would do.
That's what I'm saying. That's mostly I'll drive and there's nothing on.
Right.
And you just go. But then I'll realize like, dang, there's nothing been on for a while. So what the heck's been entertaining my brain? You just realize you just kind of talking to yourself a lot.
Yeah.
Out there thinking.
Yeah. Deeply. And that's what a lot of people don't do. They can't not listen to something. Something else has to constantly be
Apparently,
pumped into them.
50% of the people on Earth cannot even have like a inner dialogue.
Okay, see, I've heard that too. So
right, I don't believe that.
Heck, I don't know. I think TJ's this way. He said he has no imagination, which is crazy. But I think he's got some. He's probably developed some over time. But like, you know, like I don't know how you just don't have anything firing off up there. Like, I mean, it's just
tell me you aren't able.
It's not even a campfire up there. It's just nothing burning, just wood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how you go and not have nothing to think about? Yeah,
what's going? You ain't nothing going. And like, that's the real definition of an airhead.
Yeah, like, you ain't got no
no thought.
Yeah, you
no
ain't
voice,
got nothing.
Just no, like
forward. Only thing you thinking about is the next step. That's as far as you
it's
go.
Crazy.
It's like the foot book from Dr. Seuss. Left foot, right foot. Right foot, left foot.
Left, right.
I mean, that's the only thing you're thinking of. I mean, that is just sad to me. I was just like, dang. Like, I'd rather just struggle to remember stuff. I'd rather do that than not have anything going off upstairs.
Yeah,
like, I'd rather have a hard time like
dealing with shit. Not keep thinking about some bad stuff like than not thinking about nothing.
Because I feel like that is just gonna make you soulless, don't it? Like, I mean, you have nothing going off up there at all. Just empty space, just clouds. I mean, that's it. I mean, it's just
instinct.
Purgatory. I mean, that's the only thing that's up in your brain is just
sleep. Work.
I mean, that's it. I go to work. I mean, do you get happy or sad? I mean, like, it's just, I don't know. That's a really weird place to think.
It is.
To think, you said 50%?
Yeah, apparently.
That's crazy.
This can't be a real. It can't be a real.
Honestly,
it can't be a real.
That's probably a true. To me.
Honestly, I think I could believe it.
I can believe it too, but like, still, that's disturbing
because a lot of people don't have imagination.
They don't.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why you only have so many people who can truly create.
Yeah, and that's true. You got to have some kind of imagination to create stuff, and and if you really ain't got no, it's gonna be hard. You gonna be the one.
But I just don't understand.
Is your left foot
right? Yeah.
Or your
I
right
just don't
foot.
understand how they exist. Like how have you made it? How have you made it this far in life in the world with not having a level of imagination or creativity?
Because sometimes it's just following the program. It's a program. You know, you can hop in a program.
Actually, I met a guy. Damn. I've met a guy exactly kind of like this. He was a very religious guy too.
God.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that went through his head. I mean, that was it.
Right. He did strike me as the type of guy that was like left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, work.
Left foot, right foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
it's a lot of them.
Yeah.
If you actually pay attention, it is a lot of them. Like I said, I wouldn't have thought it would be 50%. But now that you think about it, it's probably more than 50%.
Right. Maybe.
So think about it. We got 4 in here, right? That I would like to believe we all have some type of inner dialogue, right?
At least.
No, that means everybody over there brain dead.
Yeah.
If it's 4 of us, if all 4 of us,
all 4 of us got something.
Yeah, the rest of the people, the next 4, they retarded. I mean, sorry.
Oh no, great.
We might be able to get away with an hour in.
Yeah.
They aired.
Airheads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, but if you pay attention, it is, I wouldn't have never thought that, like you said, but now that I'm really sitting here thinking about it, just start paying attention to people. Mm-hmm. People don't really have imaginations.
No. Weird people have imagination.
I would say some of them imagination may have been taken away by just how society operates.
No, but you still have an
imagination.
imagination.
Yeah, that's your imagination is yours.
I mean, your imagination can be crushed.
Right, but you can fall in line. No, you can fall in line. You can fall in line.
You can fall in line, but it shouldn't completely erase the dialogue.
Because some people are that weak-willed.
Yeah.
Some people are truly that weak-willed.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the program.
And I believe it. I
would say that.
I mean,
some people like one mistake
altered.
Away from just giving up.
I mean, yeah, but that still doesn't.
Well, I don't even think.
Like
I don't think
not
outwardly expressive.
Yeah,
but internally, there's still fireworks going on.
Some people,
you can't
you get so numbed and muted that I feel like I think people can. I think y'all are discrediting the abilities of the mind. I think the mind can turn itself off after you have been exposed to such traumatic or maybe overload of sensory
no,
type
I feel
things.
like, what happened to Cassie, I feel like that might shut your brain off for a while. I mean, the drugs and
you're
the
just
trauma
kind of rolling
of that,
with it.
but that could definitely, make you
right. And people
just turn that off.
drugs, and we have no clue as to how drugs affect every individual.
But also, them people when they get normal, then the lights turn off. That's the thing. Well, they cut the lights off as soon as they do the right thing and get off of it. Now there's nothing going on upstairs.
Yeah,
and now there's no fire.
And that, like I said, it's plenty fire when you were doing all this devilish stuff.
I mean,
you got your drive, and also, what is your drive? Just because you got things frying upstairs, what's frying upstairs?
I mean,
what are these things that's getting you motivated? And a lot of it's more of a created environment, depending on what you're choosing to put in your head. You can put things and put yourself in situations that could bring about certain desires and certain drives and certain things in you.
This is something that I
to over motivate you a little bit.
This right here is exactly what I've been wanting to discuss with people on a one-on-one level.
Let me tell you what it is.
Right.
When you quit questioning him.
Yeah. When you no longer ask why and accept it to be.
When you don't pay attention and you quit questioning.
Yeah.
Then the fire is probably gone.
Just no. Okay, I get it. As a child, you didn't question. You rolled with what you were told. Yeah. So yes, I can understand how someone now that I see it that way just doesn't have any
they basically
that's mind development.
Right.
Yeah, that is mind development.
Perhaps the mind didn't develop at that point.
Right. Man,
but you have to see that too. But you know what? You have to push.
You got a lot of people, and I would say this. I would push and demand. You got a lot of people just do what they supposed to do, in a certain sense. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. They do what they told.
Kind of do what they been told to do,
or
do what they
follow the rules.
You don't really question.
It's right. So this is their reality. Yeah. Oh, you're not supposed to cut in line because. I was told you're not supposed to cut in line.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Questioning about
so I kind of get used to following the rules.
This is the pre-established conditions as to why. Because we're all ultimately wondering why we're here. So you just kind of adhere to what you're told because it's easier to roll with that than to question
why you here.
Okay, so let me just to dive in and just explain kind of how my brain weirdly works. That question right there. I think in myself, okay, we don't cut in line because we ain't supposed to cut in line. I guess for some people, it just ends there. For me, I'll be like, you ain't supposed to cut in line because you ain't supposed to cut in line. But I'm also sitting here thinking in my head, man, I really wish I can cut in line. Or it's
I dare him up to try to cut
I was talk about the cutting line.
Cut behind me.
See, cutting in line to get your ass kicked.
Right.
Do I really want to test this person today? What if I find out? I could cut.
Well, they're the first thing.
Then it's okay, if I can whoop everybody in this line, my chances of cutting in line goes up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So I gotta go to the person I
in
feel
line.
I can't disrespect.
No,
and go,
you got to be able to whoop everybody behind the person that you cut in front of.
That's like,
that thought
yeah,
right
that's what I'm
there.
saying.
So that thought right there. See, I'm person. I'll be looking around, right? Like I might not cut in line, or you look at the guy in front of you, be like, I ain't cutting in front of him.
Nah,
You know, I wouldn't even dare to think about it because I could probably not take this guy if he were to get upset.
Yeah.
This
Right.
dude who's like 6'7", 295 pounds, looks like he can lift trees and break them in half with his two hands. Like,
I ain't good.
I'm not gonna cut that man. I don't even want to think about it. Even though he might be a big old teddy bear. So
right.
probably scared of you. You never know.
Right,
He
yeah.
probably said, "Oh, I hope he don't
gonna cut me.
I hope he doesn't cut me.
Yeah,
They gonna expect me to do something.
they go, especially me,
Yeah.
being
Yeah,
that
I
I'm
know.
6'7", 290.
And I ain't even got it in me.
Right.
No, exactly. And
That's why I didn't cut.
yeah.
But now that I've thought about it a little bit more in this moment, some people don't even know how to feel.
Yeah,
I mean, that's true. They don't, well, some people, because people don't have empathy.
So
yeah.
therefore,
Yeah,
I guess it would make sense that
they wouldn't have
some
imagination.
people wouldn't know how to think.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like, damn, that does make a lot of sense. If you don't have any empathy,
Right.
it'd be like, you
have to feel, I think, in
to
order
have things to be imagined, I feel like
Right.
you got to feel something.
Right,
Somewhere.
yeah.
So like, just like when I act or, in my class and whatnot, you do have to be able to project these emotions and things that they want you to portray on screen or on stage or whatever, because there has to be something clicking upstairs. Anybody you talk to at any of those classes, they got a million things to talk about. There's 1,000 things going through their head. We can just go on and on and on and on for days because
Right.
we're constantly always thinking about stuff and constantly imagining being somebody else or, playing a different role or playing some video games or creating some type of character out of nothing or just goofing around, anything. So we're like, you can be the kid with the adolescent brain, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it never seems to develop. You never get that nuanced thought. You just kind of go through life accepting, whatever is being told to you. Or you can be that person who still stays still childlike in your nature, just only in your head, where you think
Right.
of silly things that make you laugh or funny things that used to happen. You don't lose perspective of what you did, the goofy side of you as a child when you get older.
that joy.
Yeah, that real joy that actually is there. You don't lose
Right.
that. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
it's still there. Some people that, like you said, you just cut it off. It's
Right.
gone. They just eliminate it. You stop thinking. You stop asking questions. And
Not
so-
to cut you too short of your thought, but when do you think that moment was for each one of you,
For what?
where you gain nuanced thought?
I can't remember it not being there.
Yeah, honestly, for me,
Mhm.
okay, well, obviously as a kid, I don't want to sit here and think
The
I was always thinking
understanding
deeply
of
and
it.
stuff
Yes.
forever.
I
Like,
just can't remember it not being there. That's what I'm saying. I can't remember.
where I didn't really
Wh-
think about stuff at all.
Well, I was. Yeah, that's something
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hard
that
to
I was
think like,
curious.
yeah.
I stayed. I'm curious now. It's just like
I kind of
I
just
stay
follow the
curious.
rules. When I was young, I just kind of did what I was supposed to do.
I'm trying to think. I think.
Kind of.
No, he's being honest. So,
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
as a kid, that's what you're supposed to do.
yeah, I mean, I followed the
you-
rules too,
yeah.
but I also found myself.
But
not,
then,
that's
okay,
why I ended up paddling so
I'll
many
mention
times.
this one moment then. When did you think to go against what you were told? When can you remember a singular moment of
Yeah,
what you
I
were
just told that story
something?
in one of my
I
videos the
was-
other day.
Yes.
I remember one time I was finna get a paddler, and I know I didn't do it, and then and it's like I wasn't gonna get a paddler. I decided, and this is
I took mine proudly.
and it's kind of like because I know it was actually my boy talking in the class, and it wasn't me, but the music teacher said it was me, and I told the woman it wasn't me, and I refused to take this,
Right.
Why? I'm just not going I said, I'm not going to do it. I mean, I done saw all these other kids break down and get beat down, fall on the ground like they crumbling like
I know what you're talking
Yeah.
about. I seen it.
I
Like, you getting that paddle and them kids, some of them break
the
down.
paddling stopped right here.
They make it seem so traumatic.
Yeah,
I mean, they do.
like 3 went down before me, and I'm like, I'm not doing it. I don't care what you do. I ain't get one of these.
Right.
I refused. I just totally refused. I never got one.
No.
I don't even know what came out of that. Now to think about it. I mean, I just know I wasn't gonna do. You ain't doing me like these. Nah.
Remember if you took the lick or not?
No, I never got that.
Okay.
I'm saying it seemed like it would be some consequences or something to that because I was supposed to get one.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to ask myself, I don't know if I did get anything other than, hey, he just wasn't going to take it, I guess. I don't know, because I don't remember nothing else happening behind that.
So I got paddled numerous times when I was in school, and they never apparently told my parents. They just kept whooping me and just, it was on what it was. But for me, only one time that I was like, okay, I didn't deserve this. You know what I'm saying? But the other ones, I can see why. The one time I made the kid pee all over himself, I deserve paddling for that. I did. Another time, I forgot what I did. I think I smarted off to one of the teachers. And that's what the thing is like, Mike, weren't you a good kid in school? I was like, I was, but apparently I went rogue every now and then and just, stepped out of line. Yeah. I just, it would happen.
I'll tell y'all mine. I'm not going to say what it was, but you and Malik know very well what it was. That moment might have been what made me gain awareness or something like that. At
when
least
you tripped over that fan?
No.
I'm just kidding.
No, whenever I was at school and I repeated some things that were said upstairs at school, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah. That situation might have made me finally understand what was really going on.
Oh my God.
Because I had no understanding or knowledge of what that word meant.
Yeah.
Right?
Until you had to face some consequences for what was said.
Right.
Big J directly told somebody he would do some foul things to them without the understanding of what he meant was some really foul things to that person.
Right.
He was going to do some things to their booty hole that he didn't understand that was against the law.
Yeah. Right.
But he was really young at the time. So and he heard it from teens who were being stupid. You know what I'm saying? That was it. So
back in that era, whenever, on Call of Duty and stuff, like, people were just saying the most foul things in the world.
Still do.
Again, I'm glad it's not like that, at least anymore. I mean, it still is to a degree.
It just depends on which chat room you in or kids you playing against.
But they just used to let the foulest imaginable words and things you could say to another human being go. You know how you used to crack on your mama jokes and all that stuff and all that, right? Now just take it and amplify it by 10 with slurs and all that stuff.
If you ever heard me and TJ have a conversation with each other, we don't even open the phone of, hey guy, how are you? It's always, hey, F you, buddy.
Hey, I'm about to say, it's like teenagers talking without parental guidance.
And trying to be edgy.
That's it.
Right there.
Because you ain't finna say this in the presence of an adult.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Except I did.
But you didn't know that.
No.
And he did.
Yeah.
To an adult.
Said it to an adult. Oh.
And I can just imagine the look on the person's
I know, right?
face.
On
like,
her
what
face.
is the
I kind of remember the moment. I remember everybody kind of looking at me like, what did you just say? Like, what? And I was just there smiling like,
yeah.
Like,
check out these new words I learned.
Okay, so I got suspended. Okay.
Yeah, guys.
So I got suspended. I'm pretty sure I told y'all before when I was in 5th grade the second time. Man, that was a rough go at it. But still, I told somebody.
So hold up. You've been suspended. You've been suspended.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you got suspended.
Jay was first of all, he self-suspended himself.
But you know what? You know who ain't never been suspended from school?
Got removed.
That's crazy. Greg has never been.
Never.
He just missed a bunch of school.
Hey, I missed the day they were gonna suspend me. I skipped.
Yeah.
And came the next day. They forgot about it.
They missed.
That's funny.
I never got to.
That means they took school attendance serious.
They did. They took. Hey,
They did.
they did. Hey, man, to me. Well, because
I'm talking about in Greg air.
This happens and it can happen even now. Much rare
They
now.
met out in front of the school, a whole group of them.
Like, it just
Every day. It was a whole group of them. We were going to get some Mad Dog, Wild Hyper
And some weed.
Yeah.
that's it, and just do anything but school.
Yeah. It's a group.
Especially, I didn't go to like the first hour. That's because I was hooked on Beverly Hillbillies, and that was hard to leave the house when the Beverly Hillbillies came on the first period.
Granny.
So I knew I wasn't going the first period.
Ellie Mae.
Then they gave me the same first period class 2 years in a row, right?
Because he failed.
I didn't.
He didn't realize.
I didn't go the first year, And
Right.
dang show didn't go to second year, right?
No.
End up having to go to night school to take that class. Then I know you could take that whole year's class in 6 weeks.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
6
that's
weeks.
nice school.
Took the whole year. Took
That's
2
crazy.
years and completed them in 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Like going to night school.
By going to night school. See, I was awake at night.
Well, that's
so
what they do to people. Like, say, if you need to repeat, not necessarily repeat, but if you were going to repeat, if you don't do the summer school, they just cram everything into like a 2-month period. And
in summer school,
and that's it.
I made up
A whole year.
2 years.
Man, I was
And if you do multiple classes, you'll make up multiple years.
Yeah. I did a full summer school schedule.
right.
Yeah, that means you make up about 2.5, 3 years. Yeah, like you did. Like,
Hey,
yeah.
for 3 summers.
I was
at night school.
right.
I go to every school but regular school.
I was
I'd rather go to
balling out of
regular.
control in that George Bush era. No Child Behind.
Oh, yeah.
Because they definitely should have left me behind. But it's not because my ability to comprehend and learn.
Yeah.
It was
The
an issue.
ability not to.
It was my ability to
Show up.
actually show up and do what I'm supposed to do.
They definitely left me behind.
Right.
That's why I had to do 5th grade again.
Right.
They said, nope. I was
Right.
like, y'all gonna let Clay go on? This dude was in my
George
class. This dude
Bush
failed
is
everything.
No
Yeah.
child left behind
Yeah.
rule.
Let me ball
I
out of
must
control.
I think Bush, Big Bush was the president, so maybe that's why they scooted me through there.
right.
No, it was Jimmy Carter.
I mean, it
That's
feels
not how to
like.
think about who was the president then. Jimmy Carter.
But they keep acting like No Child Left Behind was like created in the 2000s. Man, this thing been a policy forever. I mean, they've
really?
always had this thing
I
around.
thought
Like,
it came in the 2000s.
well, it technically, quote unquote, really was in vote in the 2000s. But I'm like, this is nonsense. I mean, because they were moving kids beyond all the time anyway. It's just who they chose. Me, they didn't let me move forward, and I didn't need to move forward. It was fine.
because
It was a beneficial.
Right.
I got suspended that one time because I said suck my balls.
right.
Okay,
So,
that's pretty strong.
Yeah, and I repeated it when somebody said I wouldn't.
Mr.
And-
Garrison?
Huh? I didn't say Mr. Garrison.
Yeah. Is that what you got it from?
It was. Hey,
Right.
when they asked, so where did you learn this language? South Park. I immediately said it. I didn't waste any time. I didn't waste any time. when
That's
they
a
asked.
lie.
And they were like,
I
oh,
watched
okay,
it, bro.
okay.
Right.
And I just remember mom was upset when she found out. And dad just looked at me and was like, you just can't be saying that in school.
Yeah.
You can't be saying that stuff in school.
You can't just be blurting stuff out like
That was
that.
some rough stuff. But yeah, that was another
Yeah,
time
man.
where I got paddled. And that time I got suspended.
They should have not let me through because I refused to do homework, which meant I refused
Okay,
to establish a work ethic. I refused to establish work ethic. But since I still was proficient enough and actually advanced in my little early 1 through 5th grade TCAP scores or whatever, or whatever it was called. Was it called TCAP?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Tearing over TCAS.
Yeah.
Yeah. Since I was advanced and scoring advanced, that obviously meant, well, at least he's getting it. Like, at least
Okay.
he's
Hey, you learning something.
right. Yeah.
I'm about to teaching
Well,
something.
just a quick story before we wrap. And because
Right.
it's a nice holiday special here for the WTB. Speaking of TCAP tearing over, one of my best friends back when I was in 4th grade, because they had this stupid rule of you can't enter the hallways. It was like the hallways was lava or something like that, and you couldn't go out there. And so my friend, they were like, you got to hold it using the bathroom until it's bathroom break time. And I'm like, what? Why can we not leave the classroom? I never could understand it. Like,
Yeah.
what is going on out there to where we can't go? Like, we
Somehow
can't
you
leave?
get the cheat test score
I was
answers
gonna say
or something
somebody
like
got
that.
some like smuggled
Sneaked
student. He
it.
got all the
Yeah.
answers in the hallway behind
Right,
some
I'll meet
locker.
you in the bathroom.
I'm gonna be one of the 7th graders who's gonna give me all the answers to the 3rd grade test. Like, man, come on, like that stuff is so
Oh,
stupid.
it was on
My
lockdown
friend,
too.
I remember he was sitting in
Right.
front of me and he was just sitting there shaking. And next thing you know, I was like, oh, his Miss Cottom Travis's desk is leaking. And it was like he was peeing all over himself.
You know what? You want to? Those desks were bull, dude.
Are you talking about them hard desks?
Yeah,
You
back
talking
in the
about
day.
the ones that were not soft bottomed, the ones that were like the hard
Especially
metal.
the one where they had like the actual table built into the chair.
Oh, that's the only ones they gave us.
That was garbage,
Oh
man.
yeah, and they weren't soft.
Talking
what I'm
about
saying? 'Cause, like,
garbage.
they had a hard metal
we
seat.
had to grow up through that.
Right.
I mean,
We had to struggle our way to
okay. So what it was,
whatever y'all got good later. I don't
in
know.
our school, I remember like at Walter Hill, all the special needs kids got
Yeah.
the ones with the plastic chair,
Right.
right? with the table attached to it. Now, some of them you had desks.
Yeah.
But then you still had the hard chairs that go underneath it, which is
Right.
crazy. Like,
Whack.
my bottoms weren't supporting this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's the thing. The plastic ones were soft enough to where you could sit in it, it wouldn't hurt. But they only gave them to the special needs kids. And it was like, why don't we get them too? Like, we all wanted those chairs because they were soft.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
I
like,
mean, at
we
least
could
they could be comfortable.
Yeah,
you know,
like, you
they
can sit
already
up for
going
long
through
periods
some
of time,
stuff.
you getting up. I mean,
Hey, they already going through some things.
now the only thing
I
is
mean,
now that's the one thing as a kid, you just
Yeah,
kind of let go
man.
because you don't really. I wasn't thinking about how sore my butt was then.
Right. Yeah.
Never thought about that.
Right.
Just sat on that hard chair because now if you sit on it, oh my God, I'm gonna be hurting in 3 minutes.
Right.
Like as an adult.
Hemorrhoids gonna
Yeah.
flare up.
Hey, okay. All right. Last story before we close. When I was in college, I got hemorrhoids. And I think I told you when I got hemorrhoids, I called you. I was like, man, something going on. You know what I'm saying? I had to prop myself up on my kitchen counter because I didn't have like, not my kitchen, but my bathroom counter because I didn't have like a wall mirror and nothing like that. And I was looking at it. I was like, oh, what's that?
so, man, right.
I couldn't sit on anything.
HIV.
I had to avoid like 3 of my classes for like that week because we had
balls
wooden
coming out
chairs
my
and we had hard chairs.
Right. Yeah.
And people were like, hey, man, what happened to Mike this week?
Yeah.
That's what happened.
I'm gonna tell you, hey, hemorrhoids. The first time I got it, I remember Mama them was finna go out of town. They was going, Mama, Merle, Melvin, all them was finna go out of town somewhere. And I was finna be left at the crib, right?
Right.
And what's the worst situation that you could have alone with the car and money and young is hemorrhoids.
Can't sit down on it.
Can't do nothing.
You don't
You know, because I don't know. I didn't know how to
fix it.
Yeah. Because I really didn't know what was wrong.
You don't.
know? Yeah.
I wouldn't have really known unless I called Greg and I was like,
Yeah.
this sounds like something he's had.
Yeah, you wouldn't know. I'm telling you. But it just ruined
So
that
how
whole...
did you fix it?
It just have to go away.
Wait, you gotta wait for it to swell down and go back up in your booty.
Yeah. And I was sticking wet paper towels all up in there, trying to push. I didn't know what I was just like, what is going on?
Trying to
You
shove
know?
it back in.
Yeah.
It's a mess. It's a disaster.
Yeah, it's
Your booty hole flipped inside
that's a
out.
terrible piece of
Right,
pain.
It is.
You had them?
No.
I have.
Huh?
You have?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you
So
know
it must
the
be
pain.
hereditary. It must run in the family.
It is hereditary.
I don't know.
And hey, get some pepper right now.
I don't know who you got it from because you didn't get them from. Did you?
You ain't never had hemorrhoids?
You wanna know?
If you had them, you would know.
Nah,
It wouldn't be
that's what I'm
one of them.
saying, man.
I don't
No.
think. Yeah.
You
If you either did or you didn't.
The way that I knew is that I made fun of Malik one time for having one, and then literally, like, maybe not even the next week. Like it was just a contagion. Like he just passed it off to me, and I was like, "Man, what the hell is
going?
this?"
What is going on?
man.
Right?
Yeah, that's a different type of violation.
Yeah, and going to the bathroom. Oh man,
Yeah.
You get nervous.
Right.
That's what the messed up part is.
I don't even want to think about it.
Yeah. You get nervous.
That
thinking-
was terrible too. Yeah, because Lord,
You don't even want to fart.
Yeah,
Because then they kind of like, they like shake and shit.
One more thing I wanted to mention, and then we'll wrap it up. One thing I remember about the TCAP scores, I did always feel like, man, it's good to see that I'm making advanced scores and all that. And I'm up here in this league of kids where they're like, we're going to put you in advanced honors classes, even though I blew that my freshman year.
Jay had the
We're
elitist
gonna put you,
mindset.
we're gonna put you in advanced honors classes because you're scoring so well. So we feel like you belong in this group, right?
Jay immediately forgot about those he was in class with before.
Right.
Forgot where he came from immediately.
But one thing I do remember is like looking at the test scores and being like, yeah, because I bullshitted this whole year.
Hey, you know what? Now you think about it, hey, that is something because, like I said, my test score in class was not good.
Oh yeah.
But like you said, them TCAP tests, we used to call them something else, I think. I don't know what we used to call them, but we had to take them tests too. And I used to do, it was something about taking them type of tests I did well in. I just couldn't do school.
Synchronized test.
I couldn't do school.
That's what I think they might have called them then. They still kind of call them that now,
But it was I would always do super good in reading comprehension and I sucked in English.
Which was weird because I did that kind of one time too. Like you score really well in like reading comprehension, but your English literature scores are crap.
I couldn't do it. I don't like,
what it is sort of like I did the same thing on ACT. You overcompensate when you do those questions. You start thinking of the wrong answer. It's supposed to be short and simplified instead of long and drawn out. You start thinking it's the long, elongated answers, and it's not that.
I can tell you all about prepositions, gerunds, and stanzas.
See, I don't know none of that stuff. That's what I couldn't get that. I like that's a prepositional phrase and break down a noun and a pronoun and a verb and an adjective and all that. I'm like, man.
I always felt good seeing advanced. I think in my final year, I think I got proficient in math or something like that, which was just before advanced.
Yeah.
So,
well,
right.
I hope that thing is still recording.
Hopefully.
Because it's been a long time. But either way, let's wrap this up here on the WTB.
Merry
Thanks
Christmas.
for rocking with us. Merry Christmas. Thanks for the 1,000 subs,
Merry
guys.
Christmas.
We'll be hollering at you real soon.
Peace.
Holla at your boy.